Hi, how are you? I figured out what I want to make with this top half of a failed skirt upcycle. We're making a vest. Don't flip! We're making a vest with button suspenders because they're pants, so button suspenders. So I want this piece to sit about there, and then the straps will be suspenders. Got some denim which I'm hoping will be enough. Let's get into it. So this is a sketch of what I want to do. So this is the view from the back. This piece here, this star-like shape, this four-cornered star-like shape, will be resting on the back. Then there will be D-rings, O-rings, haven't quite decided yet. And the rest of it will be made in denim. I want this part back here to be elasticated. I don't think I'm going to elasticate any part of the front or the straps. Drew a better sketch. So I was trying to figure out the lengths of all the straps. Okay, so I thought the easiest way to do it would be to use an existing garment. So I want it to reach about there. What is going on? I'm going to get a pin and mark that point on the vest. Okay, so we've got our mark. So I'm going to put that inside there. And match it up with the pin. It's pinned on the front as well as on the back. The first piece we're going to create is this back piece. I'm wondering if I should go in a bit, sort of like that. There's our centerpiece. It might be enough. I'm gonna cut two of these out. So I've cut two of them. I'm going to sew them together, right sides facing each other, along here, 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 and here. I'm not going to sew these parts close. And then we'll slit the back of one side and turn it inside out. Now we put in the D-rings. Marking 1 inch. Folding it at that 1 inch mark. So I'm going to fold this in half, mark the middle of this, and match them up. Pin that in place. Now we're going to get the lengths of the straps. So from here to here is about 2.5. We want this section to be elasticated, which means that the fabric needs to be longer than the elastic. And only do times 2. If the elastic is 2.5 inches multiplied by 2, that's 5 inches. And then I also have to include
2 inches
on either side for this turnover. So
9 inches
for the length. Now for the width, the elastic I'm using is 1.5 inches wide, and then half an inch on either side for seam allowance, so 2.5. So that means for the elasticated portion over here at the back, we're going to cut a piece of denim that is
9 inches
by 2.5 inches. Now for this section. Our length is 17. There will be a fold over, so I'm going to add an inch to either side. So that's 19 inches in length. And it's going to be the same width as this one, so 2.5 inches in width. I cut 4 of each, 2 for each strap. Right sides together. I'm going to sew it down. So I cut 3.5 inches of elastic, 2 of them. I cut 3.5 inches of elastic so I can have half an inch on either side to sew onto the fabric. Right, so here is my strip. From this edge, I'm going to mark 2 inches on either side. From here, along the 2-inch line, I'm going to mark half an inch on either side, and on the elastic, using a color that I'm hoping will be more visible, I'm going to mark half an inch on either side of the elastic. Okay. Now we place our elastic onto the fabric. This half-inch mark from this edge just helps with the placement because we need half an inch on either side to sew the 2 strips together. So when you sew this down, you want to make sure you're accommodating for that. So if you place the elastic in between the half-inch marks, you match up the 0.5 inch marking on the elastic with the 2-inch mark on the denim. And we're going to sew it down. Right side to right side. marking the fold line, which is 1 inch. The last thing I need to do is to create these strips. There are 4 of them, and they have buttonholes on either end. I think I'm just gonna cut pieces of fabric that are 7 by 2 inches. I'm going to cut 8 of these. Right sides together. I'm gonna sew all the way around, leaving a gap over here. It is 12:07 a.m. and I am going to bed.
Bye, have a great time.